Hello, Bacon here, and today we'll discuss a mode that hasn't been changed since release and desperately needs a rework. This mode is the hardcore mode, which you all probably could have guessed by looking at the thumbnail and title. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's begin the video, and I hope you enjoy. First off, hardcore mode was released in August 2020 but re-released in October 2020. It focuses on being the hardest mode in TBS. I mean, just look at the name, but even with that, it's one of, if not the easiest mode in TBS. Obviously that's a joke, but in my opinion, it's the easiest special mode. This mode wasn't always like this though. When it released in 2020, it was by a mile the most difficult mode at the time being. Accelerator, Ranger, and Clone Minigunner aren't as strong as they are today. Combine that with the fact that the mode only allowed 3 players, it can only get cash by killing enemies instead of damaging them, also added to the difficulty. It was so hard at some points that the only way you can beat it was like glitches, like the military base flight glitch, and the very short duration of the Executioner Tower bug. The mode required a lot of coordination and thought because back then one misstep could end your whole game, with trio being possible, duo being crushingly difficult, and solo being obviously out of the question. But now let's fast forward 4 years later from 2020, and we're now close enough at the 5-year anniversary of Hardcore's release, and absolutely nothing has changed from the mode other than Commander's dialogue. And today, this mode has been absolutely ruined. Its name no longer means up with its standards. Not too long ago, modes have been getting reworked, and I guess it's to modernize the game, but also fit the difficulty for the tower changes. Towers have been getting stronger, so to compensate, the modes get harder. For Hardcore is the only one that hasn't gotten reworked, so basically the Hardcore difficulty has stayed the same but the towers have gotten stronger. This makes the imbalance between difficulty with one being way stronger than the other. The tower's strength could barely beat Hardcore back then with a good strategy, but now towers are stronger, and with Hardcore being the same, it can now be defeated way easier, with even solo. A topic for Hardcore that wasn't even a question. Hardcore has went from impossible to barely beatable to easy as being the current follow mode. Hardcore needs a rework soon, and luckily it has been talked about, but no sign coming this year in 2025. I really hope Hardcore gets the rework it deserves so it can finally match the same skill level as the towers. I don't think the devs will make it super hard to near to impossible as they did with early Hardcore, but I still think it should be a mode that requires a lot of skill, and not just level 4 military base spam or enemy spam. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video about the Hardcore mode. I'm trying to reach 50 subs by the end of the year, so your support would be greatly appreciated. Have a great day or night, and goodbye.